Welcome to Eat Drink Game. I'm Kevin, and I'm going to be unboxing KUGO Play today. This is by KUGO Games. This was a crowdfunding campaign about mid-2024 that I backed a light-ish dexterity game. A little interesting. It has a little bit of a create-your-own system as well. So we'll be checking that out. We'll be talking about just dexterity games and how I feel about those in general. I'm going to grab a cold brew real quick, and I will be right back. Alright, so I thought I might need a little extra caffeine for this one. Been a bit of a day. This is a salted caramel cream cold brew from Scooters. Pretty good, not too sweet. Definitely the caffeine I needed. But it's all about KUGO in this one. I'll be talking about it as I sip on that. So I have a couple extras. I think this is actually supposed to be part of this. They just packaged it differently. This is something I added on. We'll talk a little bit about the add-ons for this game as we go. But this is a light dexterity game. If you've watched a little bit of the channel, you know I am a bit of a fan of dexterity games. I know a lot of people out there don't like them. A lot of people do. I've talked about quite a few on the channel. I'm assuming if you're watching this, you probably at least have some interest in light dexterity games. I do. I generally like games with a physical mechanism, some lighter, some heavier. But this one I thought would be super interesting because it is a build, flick, play. They kind of, I would say, encourage you to create your own games. Actually, they have a spot on their website for you to upload, I assume, your own rules. I haven't done it yet. It's something I'll probably do. I thought this would be something pretty cool for my 10-year-old and myself to check out. But I'm guessing these components are going to be pretty good. This was a pretty short crowdfunding campaign. I think their first time company on Kickstarter, and I would say they did a relatively good job. I had no issues. I think the only issue I would even say is I didn't get tracking right before this shipped, but I knew it was coming. They'd announced it. So let's see what we have in the box. We have KUGO Play. I assume this is going to be some rule book. Yeah, we got some. We'll check this out real quick. They got some games setup options. So right here you got, well, these are the longer or the shorter games. Castle, Catapult, Capture the Flag, KUGO, KO, or Obliterate. I'm going to guess these are the longer ones. I kind of looked at the website a couple weeks ago when they announced that they were shipping, just to see kind of some updates on the game. And they had, yeah, we got some quick games on the back. They had a bunch more. So there's, I think they had a QR code on here. Yeah, QR code for the rules on there, and then just more games online, scan. And there was quite a few. We got quick games. We got Dueling Flickers, The Deadly Rebound, and Skittle Fun for everyone. We'll go over the contents real quick. So this is KUGO Play. They also had a KUGO Tricks. You could get that. It was a smaller box, more of a, I don't know, trick shot style game. I wanted something with a little bit more substance. They also had a pledge where you could grab them both, so I assume you could just kind of make bigger environments for you to flick around on. And so you're gonna get 6 pucks, 4 goals, 4 ramps, 1 cup, 12 skittles, 27 dice, which I think is pretty interesting. I think as far as making more complex dexterity games maybe out of this, the dice will definitely be a key mechanic for myself. 2 holes, 2 blocks, and 4 cards. I think that's what's in here. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, it says please play sensibly. And we will put that away. So actually these look like they're the cards, so I'm not really sure what those are. We'll go through these. I think these just kind of give you a additional game element as far as this goes. So we got a little, well, we got, I don't know, blocks numbered 1 through 9 on here. So maybe some spot for some dice. We got a little target, I'm guessing. And we have a goal and a ramp. So this kind of looks like a cliff. I'm guessing maybe that's the case. You kind of have a drop off, or we have goals. So you could play maybe, a little mini soccer game or something like that. add these as your scoring zone. Different color, looks like same color as far as the cliff goes. And then another little target, so some points, and then another little counter for dice. So that is the cards. I'll wait and we'll get into that in a second. But these are all wooden components. I will say they had something I kind of considered late on getting was they actually had a playmat for this, and I think they said it was like a rubber. I kind of debated on getting it. It's supposed to kind of help with organizing the games as far as like locations of setup. The original one was, I think, just kind of black and blue. And then they came out with a couple different art styles after the campaign, and that's kind of what got me kicking myself, is they had some really cool, vivid, bright colored playmats. Originally, I didn't back it because I have like a smaller neoprene mat that I thought would be a good play space for this, and as long as these pucks flick okay on that, I might just stay with that. But as you could tell, this is a pretty full box. That's good. So Skittles are in the cup, and then we got some ramps, and I'll say look pretty good. We got a KUGO logo on everything, so not just some cheap wooden blocks that you could cut yourself. At least you know what they go to. You need to use one as a doorstop for some reason years down the road. You at least know what game it goes to and where to put it back. Then we got some holes. The pucks, which I'm not sure originally if they were supposed to be black and natural colored. I think that might have been a Kickstarter stretch goal they had. But they also had some pink, and I don't know if they were pink and black or pink and natural colored pucks. I think they added those kind of late on. They had them as a promotional, they were doing some playthroughs at some conventions, and that is a lot of people liked them. So we got some, like I said, I think these are kind of like dice. They got different faces on them. We'll look at these here. So quite a few of those. So definitely, like I said, you could kind of do different things. But we got a little heart on one side, kind of a jewel crystal on another, a little skull, the KUGO symbol, some blocks, and then a plus symbol on one side. So like I said, I'm pretty excited. I think my daughter's really gonna like this. I don't know if you have kids, but sometimes you're playing a game and they think they know of a better way to play it. So we got I think these are goals and blocks. So they do have a little bit of a guide as far as how to put this stuff back in. So always helpful. They didn't put like a sheet or try to label it in the bottom of the box. Very helpful, but everything seems pretty solid. I mean, as far as the wood goes, which that is kind of the component of this game. So I would say the most important thing to check out is these pucks, these discs. See how they flick on this neoprene surface, how they slide. Hopefully they slide. I didn't get so worried until I was unboxing Iron Forest and the plastic miniatures that you flick around in the boxes didn't slide super good on the surface. Oh yeah, I think we're gonna be fine. So yeah, let's oh yeah, these are fine on neoprene. Not really too much of a drag on there. They're definitely beveled, so they have a. But so we got numbers on one side. So 1 through 6. I think they had a pack where they go up to 12. I'm not really sure. You can play this 2-player up to 6 players, so kind of like a team-based game. And then we got the KUGO symbol on the other side. And I think this would be a good opportunity to talk about one of the add-ons I got. So I don't necessarily have a problem when I'm playing flicking games. I play quite a few flicking games, Flick Ship, Crokinole, Beano, and you're flicking, other than the paper ships and flip ships. I mean, Crokinole discs are hard. Marble for Beano's hard. These are obviously hardwood. So they offered these they call them digit dodgems. And so they're basically kind of little finger protectors to go on the outside of this. They also add some color, so I'm hoping these work really, really good. They're branded really, really well. I mean, it's really hard to tell, but they have a little KUGO on there. And let's see how these, I think these are just little rubber bands that go around the outside. So I'm hoping you can kind of leave these on. I don't know if you would. Probably can just stick them right back in the pack, but that is pretty much it. They're just kind of small rubber bands. Guess it's better than trying to go find your own custom rubber bands to put on there, but let's see how that, I don't know. Probably not so good on neoprene. I'm starting to think. Yeah, they, I'm not sure I'll play with these. Might be a reason to invest in the playmat. Like you said, I was kind of considering it, but this changes the way these roll, and I don't really like it. So I don't. These the regular wood, they tend to slide pretty good. Well, something to consider. I'll have to play a couple games on my other neoprene mat and see if it makes a big difference. There's also a little bit of cardboard on here from all the boxes I've been cutting open from unboxings lately. But yeah, these don't really work super well on my neoprene mat. So definitely something to think about. I don't know if that's worth necessarily getting the playmat. Hopefully they tested these really well on the playmat. But oddly enough, it's probably, like I said, this bevel's just enough. It's probably catching some drag on my mat and just toppling them. So a little disappointing because they do look. I mean, they definitely add some color to this game. But let's check out some of these other components. We'll do a little bit more flicking and open this real quick. So these are the KUGO cards. Oh, there were additional ones I believe they added for the crowdfunding campaign. So just some additional. There we go. So we got like a couple greens, so you can play some golf. Kind of looks like a golf. We got some spots to set up your. What do you call these again? Skittles. So you can kind of set these up. Makes it a little bit easier to organize your game. Another target. So exactly the same as this one if you're using two of them. A finish line. So you have a little racing game. You got a starting line. And then another, just another target. This one's got some spots for your dice. I didn't see a magnet. Interesting. Did not see a magnet on any of these cubes, so I don't know if that's we got a home. I don't know. Probably use it for a specific game. Maybe they already have the rules. You can kind of figure out how to utilize it other than that, but probably fit these all back in, hopefully. Let's see how, I'm guessing these ramps are going to be, there we go, got a little cup. Here we go. So let's see, need a little bit more, but they do tend to, like I said, slide pretty well, especially on these wood pieces. No, I mean, 2 out of 4 bucks for my first try are not a bad thing. Gonna see if we can put these out of the way and do a larger ramp. I want to say there was a way to do that. Well, there's definitely this. So let's try this. Why not, right? You only get to unbox this once, so you might as well have a little fun. That's what I'm kind of thinking. Oh, wow. Definitely need more flick. I'm telling you, I'm thinking you could really launch these things, and that's well, you know what? We'll stop there. That was one. So, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna kind of talk about this a little bit, and we'll kind of rebox it back up. See if I can get it all back in the box. I feel like that's semi-important for a game like this, getting it all back in, being able to follow these instructions. Yeah, we'll get that so you guys can see this. But like I said, I think it's going to be a fun one for my daughter and I to definitely explore. I think this is a great I don't know how many dexterity games I have that are easy to travel with. You know, I do take my crokinole board every once in a while over to other people's houses. I've taken it, you know, over state lines. That's not beyond me by any means, but you know, just something a little easier to haul. I think that's this definitely kind of fills that space, even though it's kind of a, you know, different size box and a lot of games come in. But we got, I'm guessing this guy goes there, and then we just start Sam. No, these guys stack here. Not a bad, really, honestly, not a really bad system as far as getting everything put away. Also, while we're putting these away, I will mention these Skittles are also numbered. So, you know, if you're playing some kind of, I don't know, I wouldn't say round, but like game where you got to take specific ones out in order, odds versus evens, whatnot. I like that we got two tones. That definitely helps. I think everything was originally like natural wood, and that kind of would have probably made it a little bit more difficult as far as playing. But we'll, I don't know, feeling kind of, those digit dodgems aren't really exactly, like I said, working on this neoprene, so I'll have to figure out what I want to do there. Probably won't play with them for a while. These fit in? Yeah, they probably would if I wanted them to, but we're not going to put them in there for right now. We'll, like I said, I'll probably get a couple games, you know, play through some of the pre-made games. Probably check out, you know, try to make our own games, because, like I said, this is kind of one of those gaming systems that encourages you to be creative, and I like that. I already had a couple dexterity game ideas that I might be able to kind of, you know, make a shortened version. There we go. Of it, and get to play on the KUGO system. That would be that'd be fantastic. See if all these cards fit back in this envelope. And then, or that sleeve, one or the other. I think this envelope probably works just fine. Goes right there. Rulebook goes on top. Probably don't need the silica packet. I don't plan on traveling to any player wet for a minute. And that is everything back in the box. As you can tell, pretty solid. Heavier box compared to, you know, most games. I say most games. I have a lot of chip theory games, so that's probably not even a correct statement. But KUGO. So let me know what you think about this. Like I said, it's definitely one of those niche games. You gotta kind of like dexterity game. Maybe you gotta have kids. Definitely kind of a party game. And I will be checking this out over the next couple weeks. I'll definitely be posting, let you guys know what I think about this over on the Discord. And yeah, I hope to see you guys all in the next one. Other than that, have a fantastic day and much love. It's pretty good. I'm going to chug this.